Um, it's okay.
Maybe call the meeting to order.
It's up to you.
Um, I think we can say we have a quorum. And, it's a special meeting, so the only thing on the agenda is to figure this, grant business out. And, that's what's on the agenda. If you look at the agenda, we have basically the LEAP application, which according to Emily at Island Institute, we have the money. So the first thing I don't understand is who applied for that?
My understanding is that the funds are already there allocated for our use as Islesboro. I think it's Islesboro, Stonington, and another island town. And it's $15,000 to be used for. I'm not clear exactly what it is to be used for.
It used to be for planning.
Sure.
Okay,
So
there you go. But how did it come about? I mean, this is like.
this is a grant that exists and is sort of there to be used. And I don't know exactly how it came about. It's something I became aware of at the Maine Harbor Masters Association, and then at the Island Institute, we have someone, Emily, who works for us 5 hours a week. She came and met with me about the pier because I was sort of trying to get a railing or something out of this money. This money's not exactly for that. It's for planning, as you say.
Okay,
So my understanding is, do we want to, I met with Emily and then two people from GEI, an engineering firm,
yes.
and it was, do we want to use this grant money that is essentially already a done deal for us for a formal survey of the pier so that we could potentially then use that survey to go for more money?
Is it a safety inspection?
No,
I don't think so.
No.
I think it's
it's a
structural.
condition inspection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I asked Emily to send me a breakdown of that estimate.
Yes.
I'm still waiting for that.
I sent you that 3 minutes after you sent that email.
Have you got it?
Yeah.
Can you show it to us?
Yeah.
Please.
Any grant we'd apply for, we would need an engineering study with an engineer stamp. So
Right.
that would be good.
Oh, yeah.
Makes sense.
Well, the thing that I find kind of interesting is that $15,000 is suddenly available, and lo and behold, the inspection will cost $15,000.
Yes.
That's like convenient.
Yeah,
That's a-
very convenient.
That's a great point. My understanding is that this money has always been available to us. And in the Zoom meeting with Leela Pike, who happens to work for GEI, and Lauren Flanders.
And also happens to be David Pike's daughter.
Right. From here,
Yes,
coincidentally.
Yeah.
There was not a indication that they had strong feelings about doing this or not. Leela actually indicated to me, are you guys sure you want this like kind of big inspection? And that's what I think the question for us is. And yeah, I'm looking for you guys' opinion. It seems to me that this type of inspection will be useful for us to kind of go after more money. I mean, you mentioned like, we don't want to know what we already know. Any one of us can go look at the pier.
Right. But if it's not coming out of taxpayers' money here, then it's well worthwhile to pursue this.
Yeah,
Because, you know, each year these grants come up, and if we can be shovel ready to apply for something, that would be great.
I was under the impression that this was a prerequisite for any future
Yeah, it would be.
application through
Yeah, it would be.
the Working Harbors.
See,
grant.
the one up in Seal Harbor, we didn't have that opportunity. So we ended up having to put out money for the initial engineering and so on.
Harry, will you
This would
check your
preclude that.
email and see if you can get that image up on the screen?
I can't get it from this computer,
You can't?
no, but you know what you could do is log into the Zoom, turn off your
Okay,
audio and microphone.
okay, I'll do that.
And you can share it.
There are some unknowns down there. I mean, the outer big metal supports are big, heavy galvanized, and they're really good shape. But as you come in where it slopes up a little bit, it's flaking some. They were painted, they're heavy, but they were painted. And there will come a day when that is going to need something. And it wouldn't be a bad thing to get a survey. Maybe that would be able to, as part of it. I have a feeling what they're going to say is if that was needle gunned and coated, and then the new deck put on. Eventually, he would go.
Dylan, did they come out here and look at the pier? The engineering crew?
No,
Okay,
no. We had a preliminary meeting.
okay.
And this is all kind of, Emily came out and met with me about like
Yep,
what's up with the pier. And I just kind of went over the harbor. It'd be nice to have a wash down pump. Here are the boats. I want money for a railing. And she took our meeting and she's actually been good about, summarizing and giving it back to me. And, that's just something that I've ended up doing.
No, it's very, very worthwhile.
Well, yeah, and so, all right, I'm gonna see if I can share this.
I can read it to people. I'm looking at it. Thank you, Dylan.
Okay,
But the total here is contract total $20,000.
that is different than the $15,000. That's correct.
Well, here is their breakdown, okay? Pier inspection, dive equipment mobilization, total $6,105. Safety plan, $1,254. Dive inspection planning and coordination, $4,680. Dive inspection, $4,678. Topside inspection, $3,194. So I'm wondering, since we have a granite pier, why is, according to this, $17,000 involved in diving to look at it?
Yeah, I don't see a need. Talk is underneath. I mean, I'd go around that years ago a lot. That's huge.
Totally. And this may be something where this may be overkill.
Yeah, but the
I mean,
talk,
that's kind of the point of this meeting, I think, is
Okay.
to say, is it? But, and I'm not strongly for or against. This is just something that's kind of come up.
is there a way we could pursue it to get the engineering for the top of the granite and up and the connections to the granite? We don't need the diving part.
Well, my understanding is that if we were gonna apply for more money, then we would need an underwater survey. But, Leela, in her just kind of personal interaction, sort of indicated like, are you sure you guys want to do that? Like, they're a big engineering firm. I don't know how Emily, I think Island Institute has worked with them potentially before, and maybe that's how it came about. We could ask Island Institute if there's another cheaper, but also kind of well-regarded. It's not, I don't know that anyone kind of has skin in the game yet. I mean, GEI was kind of like, yes, we can do that. And then they presented us with this. It's
See, I bet they don't realize that the state road was right out, part of the piers right over, huge state road with enormous underpinnings and.
hey, this is just something I'm bringing to us, and
Yeah.
I wanted to get it as soon as possible because there is a deadline that comes up 8/31.
Is there a way, I wonder, that we could, or could, to find out if it could be phased and, like, tell them our concerns are the steel underpinnings, the
Mhm.
decking, the railing, all of these things, and I mean, that whole big granite base is, I know what they're gonna find, it's fine.
Yeah, again, I don't disagree.
But I mean, if we could, it would be worth looking into it to see if,
How about, why is it so proprietary? You just have one company. Is this, how does that work? It's not a competitive.
My intuition is just that Island Institute works with these people and has had some success with them, and that they provide a thorough survey. But I don't,
Why don't we just,
Yeah.
why don't we just look at a different engineering company?
that's a great deal of money for the diving survey.
I don't disagree.
It's
So
really
let's-
out of bounds.
Let's look at somebody else. Let's be certain that, the $15,000 really is available,
Yeah,
okay? And find a different, I mean, can,
Tom Fowler.
yeah,
Yeah, well, it's Tom Fowler, and he's now working with that group out of Thomaston who are structural engineers that did the engineering up there, and they're quite good. Is it Armstrong, his name? They're quite good.
yeah.
And
I have a feeling that the reason that it's so expensive is because an engineer has to go underwater.
yeah, but even then, that's out of bounds for, I mean, a guy that's, any diver in a whole day is not gonna charge that much money and.
Yeah, I can't speak to that.
If not, what are they gonna do? They're gonna go down and just check the granite where it sits in the bottom, get measurements, tell us what we already know is there.
Probably take some like core samples of where the granite is sitting. But yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, I bet you they don't.
Yeah, sure, we can speculate on what they're gonna
Yeah.
do.
So they have a document that they say we will do this in terms of just the word inspection?
that's it. That's what they've given us, right there, okay? Just see it up there, that's their document,
No, I can't see it.
but, like, you're not the only one.
Um,
How, yeah, managed to.
When I was diving, I got hired to inspect bases of granite piers different
Uh-huh.
times. I did a couple of them, and it's pretty basic, you know.
Yeah. Anyway,
Well, what should we do? That's the question at this point, and I think,
Well, if Dylan's working with us, would ask questions and see how if this could be broken down and. Because I think it would be really good if we could get an engineering inspection of the upper parts.
yes, I think that's,
You know.
that's important, because we probably won't be able to apply for the subsequent grant that you're talking about at the end of August unless we have some kind of inspection.
Right.
And I think it's gotta be underwater too. That's
But it'd be
my
worth, it
understanding.
would be worth not just accepting this, but just negotiating on it, say, look.
Yeah, or find another firm. Ask Emily, we can take a question back to Emily. What other firms are there that are maybe cheaper?
Yeah, but then what is it, but what I would like to know is, they've given some big figures here. And what are they gonna do? You know, they're not talking about, if they're gonna do core samples as specialized equipment, they have to bring in a specialized little barge with all kinds of hydraulic gear. They don't
Yeah.
talk about any of that. And there'd be no reason to do that down there.
Yeah, so on the email, I would just respond and ask Leela or Lauren that question.
Yeah. Yeah, and what, just say we're questioning the amount of.
I mean,
cost of diving.
you get on your email and respond, if like you ask, no, yeah. If you,
Cause that's what we did up island there, and we ended up getting it a lot, we got the other firm, and it was like, oh, 10 grand.
yeah, I mean, um, their attitude was kind of like, yeah, we'll do this, but I think they do really big projects.
They probably do, yeah.
They've got live inspection planning.
Wanna talk to Tom?
Yeah, we could ask him, sure.
Sure,
You know him?
yes.
I mean, you've already been working on this, so maybe if you wanna
We can get,
carry on with it.
maybe connect. I guess I'll ask Emily. About other engineering firms and then possibly connect her with Tom.
Why,
Yeah.
Yeah.
The diving is a good
but
question.
why can't you go directly to Tom?
Well, I can, but she's sort of, she's helping with a lot of this. I mean,
Okay.
she's kind of doing a lot of work for us.
So they get paid so much to do grant stuff for
Yeah, no, that's what I mean.
Right.
She's kind of like
so many
a
hours.
team member that we have 5 hours a week.
Yeah,
And I don't know how we got connected, but she's like, yeah, I have 5 hours a week for Islesboro. And so,
For everything on Alpha, who is she working with?
Island Institute,
No, but on the island, who is she working with?
Him,
me, us.
Okay, so, and Emily is she was part of a grant that somebody paid to have her, she's a fellow with the Island Institute.
no,
We've
no,
had
she's not.
several-
She's not an island fellow.
What's that?
She's not an island fellow.
She isn't.
No, she's an employee of Island Institute.
Oh, okay, so we,
Is that not correct, Ellen?
That I believe is correct. Yeah, and so this employee has a few towns she works with. I know one is Stonington, we're one, there's another one. And these funds, LEAP, are available to us and the 2 other towns. And so this came about through Emily. Emily's arranged a lot of this stuff. That's one reason why I don't quite have all the answers to some of these questions, but we can ask her questions. She is very receptive and responsive and is kind of like, this is my job. This is already her job, whether we,
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you contact her and explain that? The quote for the inspection, we think is excessive. We know the condition of the pier, we understand the need for a proper survey, but we don't think that 70% of the survey should be related to diving.
uh-huh,
And that we would like to consider using a different engineering firm. and
Okay.
See what reaction she had.
Okay,
Many of, when they do the diving inspections and stuff, what they're looking for, like years ago when they had the trouble in Belfast with the Toritos, they're looking at pilings.
Yeah,
And they're
yeah.
doing borings, they do borings and pilings to see, and that's what the divers generally are doing. When you have a big granite, huge granite supports like that, there's not much they can do.
yeah, I mean, I'm not a diver or an engineer. And it just seems to me there's this free money and I don't
Yeah.
really want to like worry about spending all of the free money, but I
Right.
also like
No,
whatever you guys think will.
well, let's ask some questions.
And as far as I think the underwater element is necessary because if we apply for $200,000, they're gonna want to know what they're building on
Right,
is the,
right.
you know.
Yeah.
So I don't think we can.
But it wouldn't be a diver that would tell them that. They'd go down there and they'd survey it, just, they'd see it's granite.
Okay. Fine, but
That's the monkey in the box is the diving. They're thinking, they don't know if it's pilings or what is out here. It sounds.
they know it's granite.
Do they?
Leela grew up here, so she knows what
Yeah,
the pier is. She was just on the pier an hour
Okay.
ago. But yeah, it's
Okay, all right.
so I'll ask Emily if we can use a different firm.
Yeah, and explain our concern about the way the proposal from the engineering firm is focused mostly on diving. And we think that that's not what we need.
Okay. Okay, great.
I mean, they're gonna have to do a lot of climbing around under that dock to really
Yeah.
survey.
So Earl has a history with that pier. I have a history with that pier.
I understand that.
Everybody who's, you know,
Right.
Well,
been here for a long
we
time.
wrote the grant back in the 90s to put
Yeah.
that fishing pier in.
I know I worked for you for years at the boatyard.
Yeah.
You started. I know your history, but I'm not the one who's gonna be approving
No,
something to be built.
but when they
On
put
top
that,
of the
when they
grant.
put those big, galvanized members out there that did all that major work, that was all massively looked at and done at that time.
I mean, I think it's a great pier.
Yeah, it is.
I'm just kind of like 5 or 10 years.
Well, the top is what
Right.
the bottom part, I don't think we got any worry.
Yeah, but no, I understand that, but we're not talking about rebuilding the bottom part. They just need to like know what
Is there.
it's sitting on.
Yeah, but they don't need that much money to figure that out.
Sure.
One guy could go down there for a couple of hours and he can document that
Right.
easy.
Yeah.
Well,
So I'm gonna say, can we use a different firm? Ask questions about the cost. And
Or
Break
with that firm, explain what the diving, why they feel that diving is necessary for that. They might just say, well, we'd be happy to do the upper part, just document.
Right.
what's there.
I mean, I think having the whole thing done is key here. Like if we're gonna have a formal survey, because we have PYY go look at it, you could go look at it.
Yeah. No, we need the engineering sample. What I'm saying is that same firm may be willing to do it.
Yeah.
We certainly don't want to be since 20,000 is something that came up. I mean, basically what they would be doing, in my opinion, is they'd be going down, measuring the granite at the base, getting a square foot, figuring a weight loading per square foot bottom, figuring that, there's calculations for that. That's what they'd be looking at.
Yeah.
And it's way overkill. you know, it's huge.
I mean, I think it is kind of overkill. But I also am kind of trying to position for us to go
Oh,
for,
get the grant.
big money without hiccups.
Right.
Which,
But it's worth,
which is new.
it's worth talking to them.
Yeah,
And, you know, before we spend this, you know, it's.
before we spend someone else's money. Yes.
Yeah, you know, if there's gonna be, if, for example, they do the initial survey and then they decide, okay, eventually we have to replace or do that metal, then there'd be some design work done.
Yeah.
Maybe that could be part of that 15,000
Yeah,
drawings.
yeah,
So that's all I'm saying. It would be better utilization of the funds to,
sure.
yeah, just investigate it and see what.
Okay,
Yeah. I will email Emily and see if she can. I mean, she's pretty responsive and I'll just include all of you for,
Yeah.
initially I was trying to like, summarize her emails, but that's not very effective because I don't know what she knows.
Yeah, well, no, I mean, it's great you're doing this and pursuing it.
I honestly,
somewhere in here, we should say thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Deb.
well, you're welcome. I truly don't understand how this has come about.
Yeah.
But
Well,
it started with a broken railing and me just wanting $17,000 to fix the railing, which I cannot find.
yeah, well,
Because I don't think we need a new piece, but
yeah,
we're gonna need a
eventually,
kind of maintenance plan.
eventually we'll need new decking.
Yeah.
We know that someday.
Okay.
Perfect.
Well, thank you everyone for coming. Thank you, Dylan.
Yeah,
I think we know more than we did an hour ago.
well, good. Yeah, and thanks for the hurried meeting. There's just some deadline and she's eager to
Yeah.
keep this
Yeah,
moving.
and
So,
we're still, by the way, we're still waiting to hear on our grant for Up Island. It might be fall before we know for sure, or late summer, so I'm still waiting to,
Mhm.
every once in a while I call.
Yeah.
We need to get that hopefully okay. So,
I will entertain a motion that we adjourn.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it. All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Gary.
Oh, George, I talked to, Reynolds, they made a contribution, you know, when we were gonna do that here a few years ago, and they said we should take that money and put it towards CLR.
Yeah.
So I got,
There is.
Huh?
We're,